basically there's this other neighbor with a dog, but it's like not the same. It's not the same lady. It's not the same dog. We just call her the lady with the dog because she's always sitting out in the front porch with her big ass dog. I think it's a German. Is it German Shepherd?
Yeah, it's a German.
But it's a cute doggo. Okay, I love him or her. But yeah, she's like this lady. I don't know anything about her or her background or anything, but it was like, so the first time I heard about this lady was like this year, like doing anything, you know, like she doesn't really do anything, she just be, right? So the first time I hear about this lady, she, what is it? Oh yeah, she followed my family friend into our backyard, which is like so odd. So he's like walking from the front, and then yeah, he was entering the backyard through the gate, right? And she follows him, and then he was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I need to go inside there. And he was like, why? And she's like, because I see your garden all the time in my window, and I want to see it. I want to go inside. And then he was like, no, you can't come inside. And then she was like, no, you have to. No, I need to go inside. Thank you, Killer, for the 10. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.
Like
also, yeah, like the stream, guys. Like the stream, even though I'm telling stories and we're supposed to be playing scary games. But yeah, your family has to deal with, or your family friend has to deal with some shit. Wouldn't have the patience for crazy neighbors. Honestly, same. That's why I don't go outside. That's why I don't like interacting with people. Okay. Oh my god. Wait, the very first time I ever interacted with like a neighbor, because I don't talk to people, but like, me and Joy were walking home from school once, and this guy was walking like from our neighbor. I know him from my neighbor because I see him a lot. But, like, me and Joy were walking, and then he's like walking in front of us, and then he was like, what is it? He was like, oh, are you guys twins?
We're like, no.
And we're like, no, and he just walks away.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, it's funny. But yeah, wow, thanks.
Like D stream smile.
Shout out to Stream Elements for being on time. Especially after the pandemic, people are crazier than they used to be. Maybe it was impacted from the pandemic. Maybe it was like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know anything about her, so I try not to like judge her too much. But it's like kind of weird. You know what I mean? But yeah, so like she was like, I need to go to your backyard. I watch your backyard from my window, and I'm like, no, don't tell me that, because like during this year I was the one that was taking care of the garden of the backyard for my grandma, so I was like watering every plant every single day. So I'm like, every time I'm outside, I'm like, I'm being watched right now. I'm literally like, I'm being watched. Okay, I'm being watched, and it made me feel so freaked out. Okay, but yeah, so basically this lady went inside our backyard, and our family friend was like, no, you can't come in, but she went in anyways. And I was like, dang, that's weird. So then the second incident with this lady, there's multiple. I think there's like 3 from what I've heard. There could probably be more that I don't know of. But these are just stories that people are telling me. So my sister's boyfriend was here, picking her up, and he was just outside waiting for her in the car, or not in the car, but he was probably like outside. And the lady approached him, right? And then she's like, hi, are you dating one of the sisters? Mind you, we don't know this lady. I've never talked to her ever, right? And he was like, yeah.
So like he knows that there's like we don't have a brother.
Yeah, and then she was like,
there's multiple.
Yeah, so she was like, are you dating one of the sisters? And he was like, yes. And she's like, which one? And he was like, the oldest one. And she was like, oh, okay, bye. And she left. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, we never talked to this lady. And she's like, which one? And after hearing that, I got like chilled. I was like, bro, that's kind of weird. But yeah, and then the last story, well, I guess it's the second last, because I did kind of experience something once. But the last story, while we were renovating this room in the garage, so obviously the garage door is like wide open. Oh wait, no. Well, this is my last story. Actually, no. Yeah. Okay, wait. My brain. Anyways, my mom texted me. Oh.
You didn't text me.
Because I texted her. Anyways, so neighbor's nosy, yeah. So basically, we were cleaning out the garage right before we were starting the build, right? So my family friend like had a whole bunch of stuff outside or near thing. Maybe the old lady is lonely. That's kind of what we kind of like inferred, because we're like, oh, maybe she stays home a lot. Maybe she's like bored, so she kind of tries to like see stuff, or maybe she's just, you know, when you're getting older, you kind of like don't care anymore and you just like stick your nose in people's businesses. I feel like that's what it is. That's why we're kind of like, we kind of try to feel like a little bit of empathy towards her, but like you can't help but feel a little bit weirded out. But like, you know, it, as long as it's nothing too harmless. But I think you know, I think it was kind of crossing a boundary, like letting herself into our backyard, because it's like what if like he did let her in and then she just lets her in by herself forever, like after that. So it's like, you know, when no is no, right? But anyways, so because we were cleaning out the garage, we had stuff outside. We also had like a broken fridge, right? That doesn't work anymore, so it was just like left outside because our family friend was gonna get someone to pick it up and take it for like I don't know why, like what he was gonna use it for, but like he had someone that was gonna pick it up, right? So my family friend was outside, and then this lady comes up to him and she was like, oh, so what are you doing with this fridge? And he was like, oh, I'm throwing it out. And he was like, I'm giving it to someone. And she's like, who? And then he was like, my friend that lives over there. And then she was like, oh, what is he gonna do with it? And then my family friend's like, I don't know, ask him. She like deadass said, I don't know, ask him, right? And then she left, I think. But that's like one of the stories that I heard. And then I think the last thing that I heard, not really heard, but like I kind of experienced, it was like fresh after those stories like was circulating in my brain. But we were helping out in the garage one day, and it was just like during the afternoon. We usually help out like at nighttime, around like 9 at the time. But like during this day, it was like afternoon, so it was like bright outside. There was people outside and stuff like that. And we were in here, and I just see this lady walking her dog pass by. And then it was garbage day, so like everyone's like recycling and stuff is out on the street. And then I just see her like rummaging through our neighbor's like recycling, and I was like, oh. And then Joy was like, oh wait, that's kind of like our old neighbor from our old house.